Have you ever wondered about the moments in history so bizarre they seem ripped from a horror novel, yet so deadly they claim countless lives? From inexplicable natural phenomena to human-made catastrophes, some events from the 1900s to today continue to shock and haunt us. These tragedies, blending the surreal with the tragic, remind us of the unpredictable nature of our world. Let's do a countdown of the top 10 weirdest and deadliest events, ranked from least to most bizarre, each leaving an indelible mark on history. 10. The Great Smog of London, 1952. In early December 1952, London was enveloped by a dense toxic fog that lingered for 5 days. A perfect storm of cold weather, coal-burning pollution, and stagnant air created a choking smog that reduced visibility to mere feet. Hospitals overflowed as thousands succumbed to respiratory failure, with estimates suggesting up to 12,000 deaths. The eerie atmosphere turned London into a dystopian nightmare. Theaters canceled performances because audiences couldn't see the stage, and reports emerged of livestock suffocating in fields. Strangely, the government initially dismissed the crisis as a natural fog, delaying action. The surreal image of a city paralyzed by poisonous air, coupled with the staggering death toll, continues to shock. Decades later, it spurred air pollution regulations, but the memory of London's deadly haze lingers as a chilling cautionary tale. 9. The Bhopal Gas Leak, 1984. On the night of December 3, 1984, a pesticide plant owned by Union Carbide in Bhopal, India, released 40 tons of methyl isocyanate gas. The invisible clouds spread silently across the city, killing thousands in their sleep and injuring over 500,000. Entire neighborhoods woke to burning eyes and choking lungs, with bodies lining the streets by morning. The bizarre aftermath amplified the horror. Survivors reported memory loss, neurological disorders, and birth defects, while plants and animals near the site showed mutations. The factory grounds remain a toxic wasteland, with groundwater still contaminated decades later. The combination of corporate negligence, the apocalyptic scene, and the eerie long-term effects, coupled with the fact that justice remains elusive for victims, makes Bhopal one of history's most haunting disasters. 8. The Tanganyika Laughter Epidemic, 1962. In a small Tanzanian village in 1962, a schoolgirl's giggle triggered an inexplicable phenomenon: uncontrollable laughter that spread to thousands across the region. What began as a chuckle turned into a mass hysteria event, closing schools and paralyzing communities. People laughed for days, unable to stop, leading to exhaustion, dehydration, and, in some cases, starvation or suicide. The strangeness lies in its cause, or lack thereof. No medical explanation was confirmed, with theories ranging from mass psychogenic illness to chemical exposure from nearby factories. The image of entire villages incapacitated by laughter, only to suffer tragic consequences, remains one of the oddest episodes in modern history. 7. The Cleveland Balloon Disaster, 1986. In 1986, Cleveland's Balloon Fest 86 aimed to break a world record by releasing 1.5 million helium balloons for charity. The spectacle turned catastrophic when the balloons drifted into Lake Erie, grounding flights, clogging waterways, and disrupting a Coast Guard search for 2 missing fishermen who later drowned. The surreal sight of a city blanketed by colorful balloons, coupled with the tragic outcome, stunned onlookers. What was meant to be a joyful event became a chaotic environmental and human disaster. 6. The Chernobyl Nuclear Disaster, 1986. On April 26, 1986, a safety test at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine went catastrophically wrong, causing a reactor explosion that released radioactive particles across Europe. The nearby city of Pripyat was evacuated, leaving behind an eerie ghost town with abandoned schools, hospitals, and a Ferris wheel frozen in time. First responders, known as liquidators, faced gruesome deaths from radiation poisoning, while wildlife in the exclusion zone developed mutations. Reports of glowing reactor cores and Soviet attempts to conceal the disaster added a sci-fi horror element. 5. The Diatlov Pass Incident, 1959. In February 1959, 9 experienced Soviet hikers perished in the Ural Mountains under mysterious circumstances. Found weeks later, their bodies displayed bizarre injuries. Some had crushed skulls, others missing tongues or eyes, and one was radioactive. Their tent was slashed open from the inside, and they had fled barefoot into the freezing snow. Theories range from avalanches and infrasound-induced panic to secret military tests or even extraterrestrial encounters. The lack of a definitive explanation, combined with the gruesome state of the bodies, has fueled decades of speculation. 4. The Jonestown Massacre, 1978. On November 18, 1978, cult leader Jim Jones orchestrated a mass suicide murder in Jonestown, Guyana. Over 900 members of the People's Temple, including 300 children, drank cyanide-laced punch at his command, driven by his paranoia and fear of external investigation. Audio recordings capture Jones urging his followers to die with dignity as cries filled the air.
How very much I've loved you. How very much I've tried my best to give you the good life.
The jungle commune, once a utopian dream, became a graveyard of bodies sprawled under colorful pavilions. The sheer scale of blind devotion, combined with the eerie calm of the aftermath, shocks us still. Jonestown's grotesque legacy, coupled with the fact that Jones's charisma led so many to their deaths, makes it a uniquely horrifying chapter in modern history. 3. The Dancing Plague of Strasburg, 1518. Though just outside the 1900s, the Strasburg dancing plague of 1518 is too bizarre to omit. It began when a woman started dancing uncontrollably in the streets. Within days, hundreds joined, dancing without rest until many collapsed from exhaustion or heart failure. No music played, and attempts to stop the dancers failed. Theories include ergot poisoning, a hallucinogenic mold in bread, or mass hysteria triggered by famine and stress. The sight of a city dancing to its death with no clear cause remains one of history's strangest mass tragedies. 2. The Tunguska Event, 1908. On June 30th, 1908, a massive explosion rocked Siberia's remote Tunguska region, flattening 80 million trees across 2,000 square kilometers. Equivalent to 10-15 megatons of TNT, the blast was felt hundreds of miles away, yet no crater was found. Eyewitnesses described a pillar of fire and deafening booms, with some knocked off their feet. Theories include a meteor airburst, a comet fragment, or even wilder ideas like alien activity or a black hole. The remote location limited human casualties, but the sheer power and mystery of the event still astound scientists. The Tunguska Event's apocalyptic scale and lack of answers make it one of history's most enigmatic disasters. 1. The Kobe Cannibal Case, 1981. In 1981, Issei Sagawa, a Japanese student in Paris, murdered his classmate Renee Hardeville, dismembered her, and consumed parts of her body over several days. After inviting her to his apartment, he shot her, then methodically ate her flesh, describing it in chilling detail. Caught while trying to dispose of her remains, Sagawa was declared insane, deported to Japan, and released due to legal loopholes. Shockingly, he gained celebrity status, writing books and appearing on TV. The grotesque details, combined with Sagawa's freedom and society's morbid fascination, make this case uniquely disturbing. Don't miss out. These events, from laughter-induced tragedies to cannibalistic horrors, reveal the strange and terrifying facets of our world. They remind us how the unexpected can turn deadly, leaving us questioning reality itself. Which of these stories shocked you the most, and what other bizarre events do you think deserve a spot on this list? Subscribe for more gripping tales that uncover the hidden corners of history, and share your thoughts below.